Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
Is she satisfied or dissatisfied? She is just a customer, just like everyone else. Like always, giving it to you raw and unedited. Over to you, the short one.
So welcome back to my podcast. Thank you for listening and all that, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so I'm recording from London today. Yeah, London's like a magnet. I mean, I'm a Londoner. Recently moved a few years back to St. Albans. But, you know, London's where I'm at. And it's like a magnet here. First of all, it's like, when I'm in St. Albans and I know I'm coming to London, it's like, okay, I'm only going to go for one night, or I'm only going to go for 2 nights. You know how many nights you're going to go for. But when you get to London, it's like, oh, I can't be asked to go all the way back to St. Albans. Oh, the drive, the M1, and so it's kind of like stuck here. It's like a magnet. But hopefully I'll be back soon to St. Albans, sunny St. Albans and all that. Yay. I just wish there was, like, you know, sci-fi films, like, I'll just be lying in bed and then I blink or click my red shoes, like, what's that film with the lion without a heart and that tin thing and with that wretched dog. Yeah, and I could just blink my eyes and then I'll be in St. Albans. And I haven't experienced the motorway or anything like that. I think, but things of London, the hardest thing for me, I think, is the road rage. It's like when you're driving in London, there's a certain persona you have to challenge into, which is, for me, I'd call it ghetto fabulous, but it's a nightmare. It's a certain type of driving, and then when you reach the M1 and then you see the Hertfordshire sign, it's like another level of driving. You feel like Julie Andrews, but when you're in London, it's like chaotic. It's like, get me out of here. Yeah, anyway, so I must say, I mean, when you go to a restaurant, what makes you sort of want to, like, you walk in, what would make you walk out again? I don't know, several times, well, okay, a lot of times in my lifetime. Sometimes it's looking at the menu and it's like, oh, can't find anything I like. I'm a very fussy eater. And then I'll say to the person I'm with, I can't eat from here. Nothing wrong with it. It's just that I can't find anything in the menu that I would want to chew and swallow. So I'd walk out again, and it's like that walk of shame, almost like the walk of shame. Other times I've done it, it's been, I don't know, just didn't like the person that was taking us to the table, just for some reason, just looked at them and thought, don't like you, and, you know, you might spit in my food or something like that, I don't know. But last week I went with a friend to, I don't know how to say it, Oloro in St. Albans. It's between Coates and a man's tailor shop. It's like a hidden doorway, just a door, and you walk in, and it's like a long walk to the dining area. And anyway, so when me and my friend went there, it was very fancy. I mean, we only went there at lunchtime because I was so hungry. You know, I was getting hangry. You know, I was so, like, I just need to eat. And yeah, so we just saw they had a meal deal there, 1 course, $5.90, and I was like, oh, just go in here and eat. When you walk in there, it was very much like a romantic dining experience. It was very nice. It's not the kind of place you'd think to go there, just have a quick lunch. But we were the only ones there. And I remember saying to my friend, like, oh, we're the only ones here. And in my head, I kept thinking, okay, if I wasn't so hungry, I think I would have walked out. Because to me, it's my first thing would be is, why isn't anyone here? Why is everyone... I mean, the streets were busy as usual for lunchtime. And people were going into other places, but why wasn't anyone dining here? And I couldn't, but, I thought I'm too hungry to walk out and start looking for places again. So I thought, let me just fight it. Waiters/waitresses, amazing. Very good service there. I did feel kind of special. I felt a bit famous because all the attention was on us. But when my spaghetti carbonara came, I thought, this isn't much here. Whereas my friend had some other pasta dish and his plate looked quite full. And I was like, why me? Why am I always the one with the short straw? But, you don't want to argue, and I was too hungry anyway. So it was like, okay, let me just eat this. And if I'm still hungry after, I'll just grab my friend's food, because that's what you do, right? So eating. And then I think I was halfway through. Oh my gosh, I was so full. I was literally, my stomach was hurting like sharp pain. Like, this is not funny. I need an antacid or something. It's not like something like it was as if like if you farted, it will go away, but I didn't need to fart or anything, but it's like a sharp pain. And I was like, oh my God, I'm actually full. This is what full feels like. It was literally just a sharp pain, but the food was so amazing that I couldn't stop eating. I just thought, fight the pain. It was just the most amazing food ever. But anyway, when I had let's say about 3 bites left, suddenly it became packed in there. There were school kids. I mean, obviously they're from private schools. And like with the school kids in their uniform and stuff, there was, groups of people, there were couples. It was heaving. And I thought, where the hell did these people come from? But then I realised that, this is a nice place. We just probably happened to get there a bit earlier than the rush or something. But it was heaving. But after eating, I was so stuffed. I was just like lying back, hoping not to break the chair. And I was just like, I just want to sleep on the floor. Like, there was a nice big spot behind me. And I just felt like I could just walk slowly to the centre and just drop to my knees, just slide to the left and just drop and get into fetal position. And then hopefully someone will just bring a nice blanket, like a really nice warm cushy blanket, and just cover me and then just let me sleep. Oh, that's how I really felt like. But a really nice restaurant, absolutely nice, but it's so hidden. All it is just a door. And when we were leaving, because when we were looking for restaurants, we were like ants, like going up and down trying to find a restaurant, because I was panicking. I thought, if I don't eat now, I'm going to eat a human. I'm going to eat a human right now. I don't need to cook it. I don't need spices. I will eat a fucking human right now. So we were like ants, like scurrying around. But when we were leaving, like after paying, got up and we were walking so slowly, especially for me. Let me speak for myself here. I was walking so slowly. Like, there could have been an atomic bomb outside. And I still would have been like, you know what? I can't be asked to run. I can't be asked. I was literally walking so slow. And then that long hallway to get outside seemed even longer. But when I finally got outside, I was like, damn, man alive, I'm just stuffed. But then I think now, when I look back, I think all those restaurants I've just popped my head in and walked back out, I've probably missed some amazing experiences, like new types of food. But the thing is, I'm so anal. I don't like change. Like when I go to a restaurant, like a Chinese restaurant, for example, if I'm with anyone, I will always look at the menu. But I know, my subconscious mind knows, my super subconscious mind knows that I'm still going to eat the same dish, which is plain boiled rice, some kind of duck only concoction with sauce. That's it. I'm done. I'm happy. I'm happy with that. Starter, salt and chili, spare ribs, and I'm done. I'm done. That's it. That's all I ever have. So, but when I go to a Chinese restaurant, I look through the menu. I can spend like 20 minutes looking through the menu, but I'll always get the same food, which is bizarre. But yeah, even when I go to a Thai restaurant, yeah, can I have some red chicken curry with plain boiled rice and a little bit of pepper if it's not too hot already? And that's it, I'm done. But at a Thai restaurant, I will like look in detail for the menu as if I'm going to make a change. I'm gonna make a change for once in my life. Oh, that's Michael Jackson, isn't it? Oh yeah. Anyway, but I'm so anal when it comes to things like that. But yeah. So anyway, after that, did the usual. Went to Tesco. Tesco was very crazy. And you know what? I don't even want to talk about Tesco. I talk about Tesco every podcast. I can't be asked to talk about it. Just, if you want to know what happened in Tesco's, just listen to every single podcast that I've mentioned Tesco about and it's the same thing. Same bullshit, same chaos, same craziness. Just, I wish there was just some coordination or some order in that shop. And it's so annoying because that is my only local supermarket. And it just happened to be a Tesco Metro with no order. It's just chaos. So much chaos. But yeah, went into Boots as well. Boots was alright. Nothing to say. But one thing that me and my friend did discuss was like the homelessness in St. Albans. I don't know where they've come from, but there's you can see a lot of beggars in the street, and it's sad. It's sad. Yep, it's sad. But it's just like, it's so weird, like, they just come from nowhere. But they've been there for quite a while. But yeah. Anyway, so, speaking of restaurants, how do I say this in a non-horrible way? Okay. I don't want to be poisoned. I'm scared of the poisoning thing. Okay, I'm not Russian. I'm not a spy. I'm not a traitor to the country. But innocent people also were given warnings, go and wash your clothes, go and do this. And I was in a restaurant, and when that story broke out, I thought to myself, oh, jeez. You're not safe anymore. Gone are the days when it's like, someone's got a gun and say, everyone, get down, get down. Not that I've ever experienced that, but, you see it in films and that. But gone are the days when it's like, I don't know, a gunman's coming to shoot up the place, because at least you can hide, you see the killer. But poison, it's like the invisible killer. It's like, you just go there innocently, not known as some kind of Russian spy and his daughter coming to eat in the same restaurant. So you just go there to eat innocently, and then next minute it goes crazy, and then you, just as an innocent diner, are caught up in it. You've been told that, do this, wash your clothes, blah blah blah. And you kind of think, oh shit. But it does, for some reason, it's affecting me. Like, I don't know. I don't think it would stop me going to restaurants. Obviously not, because I hate cooking. So, but, it must be quite scary. But I don't. It's just like in London when you hear about, you know, people having acid thrown at them and by those stupid moped idiots. Even that kind of cornered me, like, oh, you kind of think, where is all this gang versus gang violence? I preferred that. I know it's probably controversial, but I preferred it when gangs were versus other gangs, not gangs versus innocent people. Because, you know, why should you fear going out? Why should you fear going to a restaurant? Why should you fear, you know, anything? You just want to walk out your house, knowing that you're coming back, and actually do come back safe and well, just poorer than you did when you left, because you've bought shit that you didn't need to buy. But now it's just like, but exciting, right? In a way. It's exciting. It's like Russian roulette. Oh yeah, Russia. Wow, Russia. You know, it's almost like, oh, I'm just gonna pop out to buy some bread. Might be back, don't know. You know, or I might come home and then an hour later, I'm told to disinfect myself because of some poison that's, you know, been distributed. But no, you weren't the target, it was somebody else. Oh, dear. See, this is why online shopping and food being delivered, it's the safest way, but then you become a hermit. And then you don't socialise as much, and then you got to deal with people like Deliveroo and Domino Pizza, and those two companies have tried to screw me over. It's like as if they want to say, we don't want you as a customer, so we'll treat you like shit. But don't worry, I always get my own back anyway. So let's take a little break. So hit me up on www.iamjustacustomer.com, Facebook, find me at iamjustacustomer. At Twitter, I was going to say Tesco. Twitter, it's I'm Just a Customer. Remember, I'm, not I am, I'm just a customer. And on Instagram, which, yes, I'll put it on the website soon. But I am just a customer on Instagram. But don't expect anything fancy. It's a bit boring. But yeah, so if you enjoy my podcast, even if you hate my podcast, if you hate it, it's even better, because you can say to people, oh gosh, if you heard this shit podcast, it's just of this woman just talking like bullshit about being a customer, like listen to how shitty it is. Do that. And if they hate it, make sure they do the same thing. Just keep sharing it. If you love it, yeah, great. If you love it, share it. You know, let's spread it. Let's spread it like a disease. You know, and if you do listen to it on iTunes or Stitcher or wherever you listen it to from, if you've got an opportunity to make a review or to rate it, do it as well. Show me some love. Anyway, back to the podcast. So I went to Morrisons in London, Colindale to be exact. And why is it that Morrisons seems to be the utopia of supermarkets? I said it before in one of my previous podcasts, but Morrisons is like, it's such an amazing customer experience when you're walking through there with your trolley and your basket. No one's bashing into your trolley. No one's clanging onto your basket. You know, I wouldn't say it's organized, because obviously we're not all following a trail, you know, like up and down each aisle. We're not following each other, but it's so composed. It's so composed, And I'm not even comparing it to my little metro in St. Albans, but even like the bigger supermarkets, you know, the Tesco's and the Sainsbury's, it can be chaotic sometimes. Like you just want to punch a person, you know. But with Morrisons, it's like it makes you wanna, like you wanna play the harp. For example, it makes you wish you had a harp, and you just wanna just play on the harp. But the bigger supermarkets makes you feel you need one of those electric guitars with, you know, hooked up to an amp, and you start headbanging. But Morrisons, it's just like, I want to play the harp. Any tune, probably Imagine by John Lennon, but I just want to play the harp. Even at the tills, as you approach the tills, it's like there's never a queue. You know, the times I've been to Morrisons, even St. Albans Morrisons, it's like, if you look carefully, you'll always find a checkout person just like folded arms, leaning over, trying to get your attention to say, come here. Like, you don't have to queue. There is no queue. If you look carefully, you will always find a checkout where no one's there. You know, and it's just like, oh, look. And you sort of feel so special. And you come out feeling great for some reason. And then you get in your car, and you know, it's like back to normal again. But Morrisons is just like, for me, for my own experience, and trust me, I'm not sponsored by Morrisons. I've got no affiliation to Morrisons at all. But Morrisons so far has been the most amazing experience, the most amazing customer experience that I've had so far. But yeah, but it's just and it's always clean. Like, even if you look at the floor, there's no stains. It's always clean. And even when you go to the fruit and veg part, you know, as you enter, it just seems organised, as if there's somebody that's rushing around. Like, I am one, and I will put my hand up to it. I can pick up something from one aisle and then put it down like 100 aisles later, just put it down randomly. I am that person, okay? And I put my hands up. I don't care. But you never find disorder in the layouts of the food of anything. It's as if, but you don't. If you look around, you can't see the person like rushing around after you, putting things back. But it's just so organised. I've got a feeling that's going to piss me off later. I've got a feeling, but it's just so organised. I don't know how they do it, and it's a massive store as well. But yeah. So I'm talking a bit weird rather than my other podcast, because like I said, I'm in London, so I'm surrounded by people and I don't want to wake them up and all that kind of jazz. So I'm trying to like be like very sort of, I don't want people to say, oh, what are you doing? Who are you talking to? I don't want to get disturbed. So that's why I'm kind of talking like this. But yeah. But if anyone's from Northwest London and you know Burnt Oak, and you know the famous Tesco's at Burnt Oak, because the first Tesco was in Burnt Oak, but not at the site of the Tesco they've just closed down. Oh, it's so sad to see it closed down, the Tesco. So sad. You know, I don't know what Tesco was thinking to say to developers, yeah, take that store, fuck the history, you know, fuck giving Burnt Oak some kind of, you know, proudness to have. Yeah, just knock it down, whatever. We don't give a shit about the loyal customers in that area. Sad, crazy, but, you know, what can you do, yeah? They're the big guns, huh? But yeah, still sad. I drove past it and I just thought, oh gosh. Now people have to walk a bit further, you know, either go to Iceland or walk even further or take a bus and go to Morrisons or Asda. But hey, it's Morrisons. Morrisons so chilled out. Morrisons to me is like if we talk about drugs, Morrisons like weed. it just sort of calms you down. Whereas the other supermarkets, they're like, I don't know, crack? Or it makes you kind of go dilally. You know, but Morrison just makes you want to grab a harp. Just grab a harp. Anyway, so don't forget www.iamjustacustomer.com, Facebook, I am just a customer. Please come on there, like, comment, all that kind of stuff. Share stuff on there. Twitter, I'm just a customer. Again, like, whatever, comment, do what you have to do. Instagram, if you're a good detective, you'll find me at I am just a customer on Instagram, especially if I haven't put it on the website yet. And even there, chat on it, spread it, whatever. Spread it like a disease. Spread it like influenza. Or like that Aussie flu. Or like, I don't know, like butter on a bread, on a toast. Not bread, toast. On a nice hot toast. Spread it like that. But yeah, so, until next week.
Oh, this you crazy mother.